Hi, this presentation is on Google Drive and Google Docs. I'm Mike Pacton. I'm a teacher at Cremoni High School, and I'm also a Google Integration team member. Google Drive is phenomenal. Since our district has gone Google, I've been using it a lot. Not only is it useful for storing documents, but it's also great for sharing documents and collaborating with other people. Accessing Google Drive is a piece of cake. If you're in Gmail or Chrome or any other Google app, in the right-hand corner, you'll see a box with 9 squares. That icon is the icon that opens all the links to different apps for Google, Google Drive being one of them. So clicking on there will take you there from email and, like I said, from other apps as well. Once you're in Google Drive, it's pretty easy to upload files. Google Drive is just a cloud-based storage system for all your files. The benefits of putting documents on Google Drive are that you can access them on any device from anywhere that has internet access. So an iPad, an iPhone, your Android device, anything will work to gain access to it. Once you click on New, you can either add a folder or a file. Both are similar to adding folders or files onto your desktop or managing a classic computer system. Any type of file will work on Google Drive. There are perks to Google Docs, which I'll get into in a little bit, but you can literally store anything there. I believe we have 30 gigabytes of storage in our district accounts for everything. Google Docs, however, have unlimited storage. So if it's in the format of Google Docs, it's not costing you any space. If you wanted to, you can convert your uploads directly to Google Docs. For example, your PowerPoints, they could go to slides. Your Excel files, they could go to what's called Google Sheets. It's entirely up to you. If you want that setting to be on to automatically convert, then you go to the gear icon in the top right corner and you checkbox convert uploaded files. And by doing that, again, the perk of Google Docs, one of the many perks, but for us in storage on Drive, is that it doesn't count against you, which is kind of cool. When you do upload files, you can also open them as a Google Doc or as the original file. If you, for example, made a Microsoft Word document, you could open it as a Google Doc, or you could download it to your computer and open it as a Microsoft Word. If you open it as a Google Doc, you have the ability to edit it and share it and do other things collaboratively with other people. If you download it and open it with Microsoft Word, just understand that you're editing the downloaded file. You're not editing the one that's on the Google Drive. You'll have to save and re-upload it if you make any changes. So just keep that in mind. The perk of Google, again, is the ability to collaborate. So there's a share button you'll notice in the top right-hand corner after you click on a document. That share button allows you to add people who can edit it, add people that can view it, or add people that can just comment on it. So there's different settings, and you want to pay close attention to which settings you choose. You can also get a URL and send that URL to people. So if you do the invite and you put the URL in, you're inviting someone to edit, and there's settings that you can change. You click on the little change permissions in the bottom right. Be very careful again with what you give to other people and what editing rights you give them. Remember, in the case of the classroom, if you want students to make their own copy of a document, you want them just to be able to view. If you want them to edit a single document, maybe you have 30 students all working on one set of notes as a class or something like that. If you want them to collaborate and work in the one single document, then you invite them to edit. So it's pretty self-explanatory in that regard. We'll get into it a little more when we do docs specifically, which is right now. So as I mentioned, Google Docs, they do correlate to your Microsoft Office platform that you're probably very familiar with. Word is Docs, Excel is Sheets, and Slides is PowerPoint. So those are the correlations. The big difference, again, for Google is that they focus on collaboration. So these are all online. These documents are all on the cloud, and you can have multiple editors at the same time, which has a ton of potential in schools and in your classroom. So we talked about sharing permissions already a little bit. This is a nice graphic that helps you go over these share settings so that you understand exactly what students or people that you collaborate with can do with your docs. So take a moment, stop, collaborate, listen if you're into Vanilla Ice, and check this document out. It really is a nice visual. All right, to create new Google Docs, just click on the icons that you see here underneath the new button. When you press it, you can make a doc, a sheet, a slide, and if you click on more, there's even drawings and forms. We'll definitely be doing presentations on forms. They're very, very powerful for the classroom, and drawings as well. So we'll have more information to come on those. When you're in a Google Doc, this looks like Word, very similar to Word. You'll notice that the top left corner, you have the opportunity to give your doc a title. An interesting thing that's different from Microsoft is that every single thing you do gets saved. So as soon as you give it a title, you don't have to click File, Save, or do any of that other stuff like we did in Microsoft Word often. It's automatically being saved with every change. You'll notice the toolbar for text editing is very, very similar to what you're used to. And then that share button in the right-hand corner that allows you to add collaborators. Ugh, that's a tough word to say, and I'm going to say it like 800 times. I better figure that out. On Google Docs, as you can see here in this image, when you have multiple collaborators, you can see them on the screen in the right-hand corner. You'll see little icons. Typically in the classroom, those will just be a letter A, B, C, or sometimes if it's anonymous, they'll be animals. Otherwise, if students or teachers have portfolio pictures set up, you'll see those little pics in the right-hand corner. On the screen in the document, you'll see different color cursors. Those cursors represent other indicator or other real-time collaborators. So each person's cursor that you see has the ability to edit a document when document is shared. So really cool. Tons of uses in the classroom, whether it's peer editing, whether it's composing a class document all as a group, or that sort of thing. Very, very powerful tool. Comments are also really helpful with Google Docs. It's easy to insert a comment. You highlight the text or you put your cursor in the area that you want the comment to be placed. Then you right-click and press comment. There's also a way to do it from the menu if you wanted to, but right-clicking and comment's probably the easiest. Once that is pressed, you'll have a pop-up. You can type in your comment. So if you're doing editing a student's first draft of a paper, let's say, you can, you see a couple mistakes that you want them to change. You can put a little comment in there suggesting it, just like this image shows. I'm sure there's probably a lot more questions. A lot of Google Docs are just a matter of taking some time to explore on your own. You'll find that Google has tried to set up these things to be as similar as possible to other document editors that you've used. So all the Microsoft, all the Open tends to be pretty similar. So check it out, spend some time on it. If you have questions, email me anytime. And also here's a couple links that I think are really good support tools. One for each of the different types of Google Docs and then Drive as well. These all are directly straight from Google. No third-party reference sources here, just straight up Google information. So hopefully this will help you as well.